Oh, okay.
Yeah,
More Axel play. Another character as a former chip main that like you don't hate, but like you don't enjoy.
Oh, I just hate Afro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna.
Granted,
front.
I play RNG now, so everything is pain in the suffering.
True.
You know, we've seen Axel starting to prove themselves. If you understand the matchup, if you understand the setups, like you know, you may not be a top tier, but XYZZY proved that just because Axel isn't, you know, he doesn't have some of the stuff he used to have, he's still a terror.
I mean, if you look at our past weeklies as well, you can see Princess Slim taking multiple with Axel. But for now, Axel just sitting in top 8, losers 8, trying to keep that run going. We saw a matchup earlier as well in Sue's last game fighting Amelia, so assumedly, Sue's pretty warmed up for this matchup.
Yeah, and bold enough, confident enough to use the offensive burst to keep pressure, to keep the corner. This is Amelia against Axel. You usually need to keep that burst for defensive choices. You'd have a good YRC earlier, so we'll see how long this blender continues.
What a grab break. Easy 2S anti-air. A punish off the burst, and Sue takes that first round very decisively, in my opinion. I mean, just made good decisions on defense, called out RYMO's decisions, and all of a sudden it was just game set match. Second round going into it.
Have the Axels suddenly started to come out of the woodwork? Like, is it time? Is this Axel's time? Despite, you know, people kind of sleeping on the character for a long time.
I'm surprised that people are sleeping on Axel as much as they are, due to him invalidating a couple good matchups.
Well, I think a lot of that had to do with things like, you know, one, you know, we are seeing put good pressure on Sue, and we've also seen what a soul can do to pretty much anybody. So like, maybe that's helped to skew everybody's perspective. And God, you can't play that defensive game from the corner. You got to be watching for that command grab.
So it's probably one of my favorite command grabs in this game. Not gonna lie. Next to Leo's, just the full-on lariat is so clean.
I mean, visually, yes. Mechanically,
yeah, not the best.
No, but like it has, but it has to
see how it works there, right? Yeah, exactly. You're right. I get the error control. RYMO still just moving for any kind of control, and Sue just going for committal kind of options in neutral. But they're working out just fine. You can tell by the health bar of Amelia right here.
And a lot of good check. Every time Amelia wants to set up those instant air dashes, just has a normal down or has the right duel too, which is that I think is probably the more impressive part. You know, your average Axel, you know, a broken clock is twice 2 times a day. You know, your average Axel is gonna stop you every once in a while, but these have been great choices on every normal, you know, sort of put out.
You can see how Sue's moving too, just staying at that one spot and barely even moving too much. He's backdashing a little bit once he knows he has space. And then if Amelia goes in with a super jump double air dash, just 2S, what is she gonna do?
Yeah, like that was clinical Axel play. If you play Axel, this is a good example.
Time to study. Back to school.
Take your time. Pick your normals. You also pick normals that cover a lot of options. Amelia wants to be in. Yeah, like Amelia wants to be in basically one of 2 places, either right above you or right behind you. Cover that with the normal, do it.
Right. I mean, if she's gonna be right behind you, you can go ahead and try and do... I'm trying to remember the name. Water something? Where he does the jump back and swings low.
Oh. I'll figure out what that is when we get a moment, because now, the Axel blender, I didn't really think Axel had much of a blender, is kind of starting.
Yeah, but also, there's no need to keep it going as well, right? As we see, just neutral.
Yeah. So much control over, you know, this a very small amount of space too.
That burst was risky with how high up he was. Works
also
out,
liking
though.
the YRC choices. The YRC choices are like kill the momentum. If it's there, it's gone.
Exactly. Nice confirm from RYMO and a round for Amelia. Let's go. We're in the tables.
Make some headway.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in this matchup especially, as you said, actually just pick the right normals and watch out for Amelia's best zones. But what a backdash off that grab! Axel Bomber confirmed. Really, there's no need for Axel to push in, and Also, as you notice, the YRC and the burst timings, once you're on the ground, you're in a bad spot, just do it. Or not! Su really holding on. What a grab!
He didn't finish it with that patience.
Yeah, you can tell, just Su is waiting for the good window.
Alright, we are starting to see
There's some
RYMO.
RC.
Yeah, RYMO's starting to delay these strings, not getting... Ooh, never mind. Kick it in the shins.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, as Milia, you have to jump. And once you jump against Axel, you could be in a really bad spot if he does the upwards extension off of that charge move.
Oh, Rainwater. Rainwater is the move you were talking about.
Rainwater, yes. Very solid for trying to call out people who are jumping at you, but are just out of your front range or behind, trying to go behind you. You get that nice height and retreat. Anyway, you can try to retreat. Su just losing large chunks. Really bringing him to the corner.
Finally saw a deeper conversion off of the stray hits that have come in, and now Milia plays bullet hell, does get in with the 2K2D, finished it with a good PRC combo.
Very clear.
All right, we've got a game, we've got a match.
Yeah, our first non-3-0 since top 8 started. You love to see it. Wait, no, am I lying?
We'll double check that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Either way.
Top two sides of top 8 were both 3-0s.
Pressure. Just trying to keep the Milia locked down, but just dash up 5K. Gonna get you messed up. Here comes the mix. Yeah, you got a burst. Good call.
Also, because the combos haven't been that long from RYMO, it's been a lot of that sort of death by 1,000 cuts. That's a good time to burst and get him into the corner.
Exactly. Especially as Axel, you want to burst as soon as possible. Not only to stop the pressure, but also to get back to neutral so you can play your game again. Just by having neutral.
New strategy, we're going with the command-ass throw loops. This is a good adaptation. RYMO has not been able to get in very often, has been getting called out on everything, so start to mix it up a bit.
We're seeing the movement. Su coming into play. 2S? No, just cross up the close slash.
Oh, that still picked it up.
Yeah, very clean right now. Su just moving in and around. Catch. Under one more time. Yep, got a burst. Put her in the corner and the overhead. Just strong decisions.
Yeah, a lot of meter left on the table for RYMO. In that, last set, there was options for an RC off of the 2K2D setups. Could have very easily YRC'd something. Could have just BRC'd something to try and change up the pacing. So that shows either one of two things. Either, was really kind of in the moment trying to figure out the best way to get in and didn't bring up that option, or the pressure was just kind of there. Every time Su sort of got that one check, it's like, do you really want to start spending meteor unless you've got sort of a confirmed setup to go with?